Hi, everyone. This is not gonna be another FIFA video, I just made that as a background video for this. As you may saw from the title, this video is about everything you need to know about Nanobana Kinako. There are so many things about Nanobana Kinako and I don't know where to start. I know, let's start with this one. She is a futanari mochi baked by Gordon Ramsay. When Nanobana Kinako died at giving birth to Faerun, she got reincarnated into a futanari baked by Gordon Ramsay. What is a futanari, you asked? Well, this is a family-friendly channel, so go use Google and find out for yourself. Her three biggest enemies are Edgar Gongora Cruz, Stephen Morelos and Jerwin Caballo. Edgar Gongora Cruz, simply known as Edgar Cruz, is the biggest of the three as he is the boss of Stephen Morelos and Jerwin Caballo, who are paid to ruin her. Historians have stated that Edgar's hatred started since Kinako was reborn, and this hatred got worse when his mom died in 2004 and Kinako is to blamed. And it happens again when this time, it's his father dies back in 2013. Basically he blames all his problem to an innocent futanari like Kinako. What a horrible person is he. That's not the only bad thing he made to Kinako. He knows Kinako knows his secret. So prevent the truth from being exposed, he made a propaganda. The propaganda promotes Kinako is intellectually disabled and she is a crazy person, which is far from the truth that Kinako is just a normal person. So, whenever Kinako tries to expose the dark truth about her enemies, everyone will think she's just being deluded and crazy. Of course, we all know that propaganda's a bullshit conspiracy that has been gaslighting the society like North Korea, and Edgar's propaganda is no exception. For Stephen Morelos, he is actually Kinako's abusive brother-in-law who's been living in her house since 2018. Stephen has a narcissistic personality. Who doesn't know his place, doesn't care if anyone gets hurt by his words, has a big ego and very selfish. According to the data, Stephen is formerly a drug addict before he met Kinako and claims he abandoned this habit. But Kinako is known for lack of trust to anyone who isn't an ally. Of course she doesn't believe. He often to make Kinako's life very miserable, call her useless, even Kinako does chores unconditionally and make her inadequate, and the #1 cause of Kinako's depression. For Jerwin, he is a good-for-nothing kid who's hopeless in life and doesn't have a bright future. Of course Kinako doesn't give a fuck about helping him, but Jerwin caused all of Kinako's misfortune ever since Jerwin became one of Edgar's helping hand. She ended up blaming Jerwin for everything, just like Manchester United fans blaming the Glazers to problems that isn't related to Manchester United or football itself. Manchester United is her childhood team and Ronaldo is the first player she heard of. Nanobana Kinako knows Manchester United ever since she was kid, and Ronaldo is the first player she heard of. She even stated that she often confused Ronaldo and Ronaldinho are the same person. Of course, I'm talking about the 2002 World Cup winner, Ronaldo Nazario, because Cristiano Ronaldo is already in Real Madrid when she became a fan. Which also means Brazil is the first national team Kinako heard of, and she is a fan of Brazilian national team. But how did Kinako become a United fan when Ronaldo Nazario is the first player she heard of? Because Kinako became a Manchester United fan because of the badge and the color red. Red is Kinako's favorite color. That being said, Kinako could have become a Liverpool or Arsenal fan if she discovered those first. All her opportunities to get a job was taken away because of Edgar Gongora Cruz. Edgar Cruz also made a huge contribution to prevent Kinako to get a job. Because if that's happened, Kinako would have a capability to live on her own. Kinako could also become a very rich person, which Edgar doesn't want to. How? Well, Kinako spent most of his school life in school that happens to be owned by Edgar Cruz. All students are Edgar's loyal dogs who often to bully Kinako and avoid being friends with her. She also to get blamed for everything. Her family hates her because they sold their souls to become Edgar Cruz's loyal followers. Her family has been gaslighting Kinako for years to make Kinako is loved by her family, but Kinako is already a grown-up and knows the truth about her family being Edgar Cruz's loyal followers. Because her family has been brainwashed by Stephen Morelos, who happens to live at the same house as Kinako. They eventually evolved into money-hunger gold digger. Nobody cares about Nanobana Kinako's talent. It's sad but it's true. Everyone around her always underestimate and belittling Kinako's capabilities. Kinako can pretty much do many things such as singing, video editing, story making and drawing. But everyone around her, especially her family, tends to ignore all these skills and never appreciate her because they were ordered by Edgar Cruz himself. Nanobana Kinako is an atheist. Kinako lacks religious belief. Although she is formally a Catholic, she gave up her religious belief for two reasons. One is she was inspired by celebrities she knows that she never knew are atheist. She knows that giving up religion would make her do smarter decisions and more famous. And it actually works. Her former channel that has less than 300 subscribers skyrocketed to 2,200 subscribers within 6 years. She stated that she is proud of being atheist, best decision in life. From that point, she only believes on things that are scientifically accurate and possible. She finds it very cringe when her family prays before eating. But what about the farmers who actually made the food for them? Don't they want to credit them instead? She began her career at 2011. Nanobana Kinako begins her content creator career in 2011, starting with her first major project, which is a live-action series called Mexicandado using her toys as actors. But she uploaded these on her first ever YouTube channel called Reupload My Content, and you can actually watch them even to this day. After that, on 2013, she created her own season of Reupload anime called Reupload Candado, and it was her entrance to animation, as this is her first animation project. Although unlike Mexicandado, you cannot watch any of the episodes except of the Reupload Candado 10th anniversary at Beta's channel because the episodes were deleted long ago. Nanobana Kinako stated that Reupload Candado is a failed project. Even if it's a failed project, it inspired a future project she worked on later in the future. Fast forward to 2017, she created her own season of Reupload Fairylu called Reupload Fairylu, Fairy Warriors, that eventually got a sequel called Super Fairylu Z. Like Reupload Candado, you cannot watch all episodes because they were deleted along with her channel. Although she preserved the episode on an archive that can be re-uploaded at any time. Reupload Candado episodes were deleted for an unknown reason. There's even a suggestion to remake the series, but Reupload is no longer the top 1 favorite anime in Globelania. 2 years later in 2019, Nanobana Kinako discovered the Gacha Life app that appears on ad. She found it cute, so she decided to try it out. The fact that this app is character creator and scene maker is a game-changing. After learning the basics and tips from other gachatubers, she created various gacha series. Most of them are slice of life series lasting for 6 to 7 episodes. This includes This 7 Years Old Girl Loves Me, My Beloved Alien, My Dogo Waifu Inu ga Miko ro ne was featured in this series, by the way. There's also My Brother Became a Girl and her current gacha life project, Tantan Legacy, which is a canon series about her main OC, Tantan Alcantara. Let's not forget she created Reupload Candado the movie as a commemoration to Reupload Candado and Reupload Fairylu the movie. Nanobana Kinako has hosted her own FIFA World Cup. Nanobana Kinako's creativity isn't limited on making stories, she hosted various football tournaments. Starting with Football Frontier, she uses Inazuma 11 Go Strikers 2013 to make this. This tournament has 64 teams and teams are named after provinces of the Philippines. In that time, there was no group stages because doesn't get the concept before. Instead, the tournament was a single elimination knockout stage and divided into 4 brackets. Each bracket has 16 teams. There's also no first and second leg, so the advancing team wasn't determined via aggregate score. Although this isn't the first tournament she hosted. Her first tournament is actually Brawlympics. The tournament's name is a mixture of Brawl and Olympics, making it Brawlympic. But it's not a football one. It's a fighting tournament that resembles Tenkaichi Budokai, and it's live action like Mexicandado, but unfortunately was never recorded on cam. Anyways, moving on, the second tournament, the next tournament is FFI World Cup. FFI stands for Football Frontier International, and this time it's on FIFA 14. This tournament resembles the old FIFA World Cup with only 32 teams, and this time it has group stage but still no goal differences, as her game doesn't have it either, so she didn't get that yet. The name, soundtrack and theme is actually from Inazuma 11, where there's a fictional international tournament for football called Football Frontier International. The next tournament she hosted is called Football Frontier Korea, which runs later at the middle of FFI World Cup. Seriously, this is just the Korean FA Cup with 3 group stages with just 12 teams. And it was a very short tournament since there's still no first and second leg to determine the advancing team via aggregate. After this, she hosted her first league tournament called European Super League, which resembles its real-life counterparts. Unfortunately, this tournament was cancelled and scrapped because of miscalculation on league results. There is also Kinako Community Shield, which is an annual tournament and contested between the winners of the past 2 tournaments. So far, there's only one game held on Kinako Community Shield, and that is between the FFI World Cup winner Australia and Football Frontier Korea winner, Jeonbuk Hyundai Motors. This is where Jeonbuk completely destroyed the Australian national soccer team with a score of 7-0. Wow. Unfortunately, Kinako stated that European Super League will not be on the next Kinako Community Shield since it was cancelled and there's no winner. Real Madrid is also not eligible to qualify even if they top the league. As of now, Nanobana Kinako have stated that she has an upcoming FIFA 14 tournament. That means the next Kinako Community Shield will be contested between the winner of that tournament and the winner of the tournament after that. There's also Glodalania Showdown that usually contested between Kinako's favorite team and Beta's favorite team. It is a 2-legged tournament version of Kinako Community Shield and the winner is determined via aggregate. It was between Kinako's Manchester United and Beta's Manchester City. Manchester United won 11-0 on the first leg, but it backfired, leading Manchester City to win 13-11 in aggregate. This insane match was held in a generic stadium that strikingly resembles to Rizal Memorial Stadium, the legendary stadium of the legendary national team of the Philippines in Mahalaca, Manila. Nanobana Kinako wants to leave her country, Philippines. Ever since she was a kid, she always dreamed about going to a different country with different cultures, different climate, and wants to see snow. But since Edgar Gongora Cruz ruined her life, she gave up her dream, live her life being a content creator. Edgar is also the reason why Kinako has no job. Even if Kinako tries to get one, Edgar will always be there to ruin her plans because Stephen Morelos and Jerwin Caballo will be thwarting it. Even Kinako knows at her age of 27, it's too late to make her dreams come true because she is not a fortunate person. But back in 2019, she heard a news called Belgian Dream, and 4 years later in 2023, her mom went to Belgium and promises to bring her there one day. Kinako is not fully convinced even if she went there because she doubts this is another gaslighting promise that gave her false hope. She just have to accept the fact that her life is ruined by her archenemies, and it's something that nobody can ever fix, and she will be fighting an endless war against Edgar Cruz. This is Nanobana Kinako, this is her fate, this is her destiny. Nanobana Kinako was born unfortunate, she live as an unfortunate person, and she will die unfortunate without having a happiest memory. It's sad, but it's true, and it's not her fault why she became the most unluckiest person in the history of mankind. She lived her life without any respect or appreciation from other people. It's unfortunate why this world gave her an absolute cruel life and she didn't even had a normal childhood. Nanobana Kinako knew her life would be a huge disappointment. Okay, that's everything you need to know about Nanobana Kinako. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you made this far, please like, subscribe and comment your thoughts about this video. Don't forget to click on notification bell so you don't miss my premium content. See you on the next video. Peace.
Tangina mo, Jerwin Caballo. Ang pangit ang pagmumukha mo, tangina mo. Kita mo ba mukha mo sa salamin? Tangina mo, ang pangit mo, ano, halalaban ka pa. Tangina mo, mag-extend ka na dyan. Magtan ka na eh.